We still hustle daily. What's going on, Hustle Nation? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Ray. Big play coming to y'all with another video today. And I got another story time for y'all, alright? So make sure y'all smash that like button. I greatly appreciate y'all. We about to get right into it. So this is a story time on her abusive older sister. Alright, so make sure y'all smash the like button like I said. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at the top of the screen. And we about to go ahead and get right into it. What's going on with her and her sister?
Should I come up here and tell my business since I'm always in other people's business and tell my story time on my sister that I haven't spoke to and coming up on a decade and everything that she did to me, the reason why we not speaking, well, the reason why I'm not speaking to her. And is it domestic violence if it's a sibling? Because it's basically a domestic violence story, but it's a sibling. So does it count as domestic violence if it's a sibling, or what is that considered? So y'all let me know if y'all want to hear the story and let me know what is that called if it's from a sibling.
I think it's still called domestic violence, right? Y'all let me know in the comments below. But damn, you haven't spoke to your sister over a decade. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. It's crazy how people grow up. Well, we don't know if they grew up in the same family or not, but we about to listen to it. Let's go ahead and listen.
So part one, story time on my abusive older sister, and I'm gonna just get right into it. And for reference, I have four other siblings, one little brother and three older sisters. She is the one right above me. For story purposes, we're gonna call her Tiffany, and basically, I'm just gonna get right into it. From as long as I can remember, like my first memories ever, she just never liked me. She literally hated me, treated me so badly for absolutely no reason. I didn't even do nothing, and she would just be so mean and hateful to me. And there was one story that my mother told me that when I was 2 years old, that she was cooking in the kitchen, and my sister literally was kicking me, like full force kicking me. And she looked and she saw her kicking me, and she was looking like, why is she kicking her? But she was like sneak watching her because she never knew that she was doing this stuff. And basically, she just confronted her, like, why you kicking her? Da 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 da. But she said from there, she always kept like a side eye on her because she thought, like, why are you kicking your little sister? And she, like, I was literally two. Like, so that's a story that my mother told me that I know that she just never liked me. So fast forward to when the like bad stuff started like really happening. So basically, my mom had to go to work. Like, so she used to work like after school hours, and like my sister used to have to come pick me up. So one of the first instances, like I'm getting a little flustered because this stuff is like very triggering. So my sister used to come pick me up so late from school. I will be in the auditorium waiting, and y'all know like when the kid is left and they the last one, you gotta go to the office. Now I'll be in the office waiting. She still wouldn't come yet. And then basically she would come right before they about to take me to the precinct. Like it would be me and like one other kid, or sometimes me by myself, and I would just be in the auditorium. It would be like 5 o'clock, and she would not have come get me from like 2 hours ago when school ended at like 3. That was the first thing that she used to do. Then when she used to come pick me up, she used to be like, "Come on," like being all extra, being mean, whatever. Now, fast forward. So this time I was in first grade, right? And she came to pick me up. We get on the bus. Me being a child, I fell asleep on the bus. She started tapping me mad hard, and she was like, "Wake up, cause when they get to the stop, if you don't get up, I'm not waking you up, and I'm gonna leave you on the bus." Gets to the stop. She literally got off the bus without me, left me on the bus. I went like 2 stops down, opened my eyes. She's not on the bus with me. I get off the bus so quick, like ring the bell at the next stop, walk down all the way down because I knew the way to go because I was with her every day, just me and her, and I would be paying attention to where we going. I had walked all the way down, and then she was just standing there, like she knew I was gonna come, and she was like, "You should have been up. You should have been up. You lucky I didn't leave you." And I was like, mind you, I was like in first grade now. This next one is like one of the more upsetting ones for me. So on this day after school, we were supposed to go to the library and stay at the library till my mother got off work, or go back to my grandma's house and wait for her there until she got off work. So we was at the library. I got a book. I was reading it. She was sitting next to me, and then she told me, "Oh, I have to go to the bathroom." So I'm like, "Okay." So I go with her. She's like, "No, no, sit down." I'm like, why? I'm like, I want to go with you. She's like, no, I can go into the bathroom by myself. I'm like, I don't want to sit here by myself. Mind you, still in the first grade at this time. She's like, no, I gotta go to the bathroom. Stay here. So I'm like, asking her, why do I have to stay here? She just told me, sit down, shut up, boom. I sit down, I shut up, and I continue reading my book. Mad time goes by, and I'm like, where's she at? It full blown got dark outside, and I'm like, where's she at? So I goes up to the librarian, because we used to go to the same library all the time, so we was like, acquainted with the librarian and stuff. So I asked her, like, you saw my sister? Because she know who my sister was. So she like, no, like, I haven't seen her since she got up, but she should be coming back. And I'm like, okay. So I sit back down, and I'm just thinking, what's taking her so long to come back from the bathroom? So I'm waiting, and then I go to the bathroom. She was not in the bathroom. I don't know where she went. I go back downstairs because it was a two level library. I go back downstairs, sitting by my book. I'm sitting there thinking, like, where could she be? Like, what did she do? Then I go up to the librarian and I ask, can I call my mother? She let me use the phone to call my mother, but me being freaking in the first grade, I forgot one of the numbers. So I'm dialing my mother's number. It's not coming up. So I'm just standing there like, what I'm supposed to do? And I sit back down. She's like, yeah, yes, it should be coming soon. Like, don't worry about it. So I'm sitting there. Mind you, this winter. I was thinking she's not coming back for me. And I just started thinking crazy. And I was like, I have to leave. So I left out the library, literally walked, because the library was in my grandma's neighborhood. So I walked, mind you, it's nighttime. I was like, what, 6 years old? I don't even know. Like, however old you are in like first grade. Walked all the way to my grandma's house from the library. Mind you, I didn't really even know how to cross the street. All I knew was like, oh, look both ways, wait for the light to change. So I did pretty good. Got all the way to my grandma's house, knock on the door, boom, 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 boom. My aunt, she like, who is it? I'm like, Aaliyah. She like, stop playing, cause mind you, I'm a kid. I'm like, I'm serious, it's me. So she look at the peephole. Obviously, she can't see me because I'm mad little. Boom. She opened the door. She started crying. She was like, oh my God. Tiffany said that she don't know where you went. She was looking for you. Da 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 da. I'm like, I was looking for her. How she was looking for me? She left me sitting there. My godmother was there. She was crying. Then they called my mother. They tell my mother, oh, she's here now. She's here now. Da, da, da. So I'm like, what? Like, if I knocked on the door, why would you think it's not me? If I don't know, but all I know is everybody's just acting like, oh my God, they was acting mad scary. My mother finally gets there from work. She's hugging on me, everything like that too. Everybody like acting all scary and stuff. And basically they trying to believe what my sister saying that, oh, I walked off and she couldn't find me. And so she just came to my grandma's house. But she really literally just left me in there and went to my grandma's house. And it was already like dark outside. So this is the part where we really get into the nitty gritty. So basically, after that incident, it was pushed under the rug. I kept having to go with her after school. Now, this point in time, she started having two best friends. We're gonna call her best friends G and T. So basically, every day after school, she wanted to go to her best friend's G and T house now. So I had to go with her to her best friend's G and T house now. She 14 at this time. I was 7 at this time. So basically, I'm hanging around like two 14-year-olds and like a 13-year-old. So literally from the first time I came there, she told them, you don't have to talk to my sister. You don't have to be nice to my sister because I don't even like her. Period. Flat out told them that. Now, they used to be listening to the music, dancing, vibing, whatever. So me being like a little girl trying to be down with them, I was trying to do that too. But basically, my sister would tell them, don't talk to me. Like, she would get mad at them if they even try to interact with me. One day, I don't even remember how it started. Well, it was the same day. I don't even remember how it started. She started pushing me, hitting me, beating on me. Her friend get in it and hold me down. And she's literally punching on me, beating on me. And her friend literally was holding me down while she was beating on me. Mind you, I was 7 years old. They were like 14, 15 years old, like crazy. Her friend G was holding me down while she was just beating me up or whatever. So her mom came, G mom came and got them off me or whatever. So G's mom took me in the room with her and told me I could stay in the room with her until it was time for my mom to come pick me up. So in part one, I forgot to say that G and T are sisters. G and T are sisters, but they close in age. They like 1 or 2 years apart. I didn't know like specifically, but they're not more than 2 years apart. Um, yeah. So now my mom came to pick us up. When my mom came to pick us up, I immediately started telling her what happened. And then G and T's mom like corroborated my story and was like, yeah, this is what happened, yada yada. So basically my sister got on punishment and that was like basically it. Like I still had to get picked up by her every day and continue on. So basically, things like this happen like every day. Still had to go be at their house every day and get picked on, whatever, whatever. So next incident, that was like a big thing. So by now it was like spring or summertime. I don't remember which time it was. I just know it wasn't school this day. So like I had to go to a friend house. So basically we go over there. This day that we went over there, I had just got a new doll. I don't remember who gave me this doll, but the doll blinked, right? So I come with the doll. Immediately they bothering me. They're telling me that my doll is possessed. They laughing at me, joking on me, telling me like, oh, it's giving Chucky, like, like making jokes that my doll's possessed. I'm a fucking little ass kid, so I immediately start crying, like, no, it's not, no, it's not, no, it's not. I'm crying and everything, and they're like, yes, it is, da, 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 right? So now by this time, I guess T was like getting tired of like the whole picking on me thing. I guess she was just over it by now. So she decided to say something, and she was telling Tiffany and G, like, why don't y'all just leave her alone? Like, whatever the case is. Now then they turned on her. They was like, oh, that's your friend or something? Mind you, she like 13 and I was like 7. And she's like, why you taking up for her? Like, what? So basically they ostracized her and like they didn't talk to her like the whole day. And then they went in their room, like, because G and T shared a room. So they went, my sister Tiffany and G went in the room, and then T stayed in the living room with me because they wasn't talking to her for the day, and they like left her out, and she was just sitting there, whatever, watching TV, and I was just sitting there, whatever. So basically, I got a little bit off because of that for the day, but yeah. So basically, fast forward, my mom came, blah blah, right? But like the next day, for them to talk to her again, she just, left it alone and she never like stood up for me again because obviously when she stood up for me, they left her out. So by now, the fights between me and my sister is getting worse and worse. Like it's just a cycle of her attacking me, beating on me, and me telling, and the next day being right back with her. So basically, I started thinking like, how am I gonna start beating this girl back? Because I'm not about to keep getting beat on every day. So now I started thinking of ways, what am I gonna hit her with? Because I'm a little girl, I can't beat her, but I'm gonna try something, right? So first I started trying to hit her with a brush. Then it would escalate. Like I would grab, like basically I would grab whatever I could grab and start hitting her with it or whatever. And then one day I even had end up trying to her with a screwdriver, right? This time I got in trouble because I tried to with her with a screwdriver, but I was sick of getting beat on. Like I was really getting tired of it. Like I'm like every day I come over here, I'm basically by myself, getting picked on by teenagers, crying, telling every day, and I still have to come be with her every single day, and nothing is changing. So like, what am I supposed to do? By now, on top of like what was going on with me, my sister was getting into trouble in school too. And then I don't know, for whatever reason, she ended up running away from home. When she ran away from home, I don't know, between her and my mom, the solution was that she was gonna go live with her father family in Arizona. I and her, we don't have the same father. So some years went by. She lived in Arizona. She went to high school in Arizona, and she ended up graduating and going to college in Arizona for a little while too. So basically, I didn't see her for like a good 4 years, like not consistently. Like she would come visit, but like when she would come visit, she wouldn't like do nothing to me because it was like a weekend, like a little bit of time. So it was not like she had to watch me. So a couple of different things happened to her while she was in Arizona, but the big thing, she got into a real bad car accident, and then she had to come back home, to live with my mom and stuff because my mom had to help take care of her, like help her get back to normal. Like she was like weak and blah blah blah. She had got all this different, like she had got a plate in her arm, all this different stuff. So I thought like she would have changed by now because I was older. By this time I was like 12 something, and she was like basically a fucking adult. Like I'm like, I thought like we would have had a better relationship by now. So I tried to be nice to her because like the sad part about all this, no matter what she did to me, I always I always wanted her to like me. Like it's like the saddest part about this story that I always think about. Like no matter what she did to me, I always came back to her, like, trying to get her to like me. Like, cause I never understood like why don't she like me? Like that's my sister. I just wanted her to love me. I just wanted to like be close with her. Like she's the closest age to me out of all my sisters, and me and my other sisters are closer, and they are way older than me. So it's like it's so weird to me. But anyway, fast forward, she living back with us, whatever. Her room was next door to my room, and then my brother's room was next to my mom's room. Like by the time she started getting better, she started like getting a job in New York or whatever, and she would like go out with her friends, blah 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 blah. Like late at night, she would come in the house, whatever, be all drunk, tore up, whatever, whatever. I would help her, feed her, like all this stuff. Like I really was trying to be like a good sister, and I thought our relationship would change. But like one day, she just started spazzing on me because I didn't give her none of my Chinese food. Like basically, my mother bought me Chinese food because I was the fucking child. I was 12, and she asked me for some of my Chinese food, and I was like, no, like this my food. And she was like, oh, you big anyway. She used to like basically body shame me, tell me I was big. She would like call me thunder thighs and tell me, oh, like I'm fat. So yeah, she would call me fat anyway, tell me I need to go on a diet, and I was like 12 years old, literally. So fast forward, I literally started looking at myself thinking that I'm fat at 12 years old, and I literally would eat broccoli and an apple for the whole day. My mom started noticing like why you don't want to eat dinner every day. I would say I don't want this, I don't want this, and my mom like why you not eating, why you not eating, and then my mom basically ended up forcing me to eat, and then she kept like bothering me about it, and I ended up telling her like, yeah, Tiffany said I'm big and I'm thunder thighs, so I'm trying to lose weight. And my mother like, you don't not need to lose weight. Like my mother took me out of it, and then she confronted her like, why are you trying to body shame her? Like she's just like 12 years old, whatever. So fast forward, it was a day that she was playing with my little brother. Like my little brother had to have been like 4 around the time. So I used to always watch her when she was playing with my little brother because I know what she did to me. So I never trust her. So basically, she was like squeezing him between her legs. Like she was like squeezing him between her legs, and he was telling her to stop. So I was like looking, and I was like, well, you need to stop. Get off him. So I got involved, and I'm like, get off him. And she like, mind your business. So now basically it's up. We going at it. And I'm like, no, don't tell me mind my business. I'm not little no more. Like we could get it. So so it's up now. So we going at it, and I pushed her, she pushed me, and then basically my mother come in, my mother tried to get between us, but it was escalating already, and we going at it, we both arguing. I don't even remember what we were saying, but like I said, her room was next door to my room, and my mother pushed me into my room, like so she got like, try to, de-escalate the situation. And she's in her room, I'm in my room, and we arguing through the door, and basically she keep trying to come out at me, and I'm like trying to come out at her, but my mom's in between the two of us. So my mother pushed my door in and like closed my door in on me. So I'm in my room by myself, and I'm just thinking like, if she come in here, what I'm gonna do, right? Okay. She and I were about to get into it, and my mom was in between us, and she was in her doorway. I'm in my doorway. Our rooms are like right next door to each other. So my mom pushed me in my room and closed the door on me. And then she was telling me, lock the door, lock the door, lock the door. Mind you, at this time I was like 12 or 13, something like that. And she telling me lock the door, so I end up locking the door. So I locked the door, and I'm in there thinking like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do if she get in here? Because I didn't really want to fight her because she was an adult. So I'm like, what am I gonna do if she get in here? I'm thinking I gotta get something to like help me if I need to use something on her. So I'm looking around, looking around my room, and I had a bookshelf in my room. So I goes to the bookshelf. I start looking through the bookshelf like, what can I use? What can I use? And then I'm like, oh, I got safety. So I'm like, let me get those and get them in case she come in the room. So I'm holding them, and I just hear my door like bunking and bumming, like she's booming into the door. So I hear the lock shaking too, so I'm thinking she trying to like pick my lock, cause like you could pick the locks in the house with like a butter knife or a bobby pin type stuff. So I feel like she's picking my lock or whatever. So I hear like that happening, and I hear her like yelling, and I hear my mother voice. I'm like, what's going on? I'm getting like all adrenaline pumping. So my door just bust in, and I was like, it's my mother. I was about to do my mother in with the safety. So I'm like, what the? So then my mother's like, oh, don't do nothing. Leave it alone. Sit down. Let it be over. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I sit down on my bed, and she left out. I closed the door. So she in her room. I'm in my room. But I still hear her still going. Like she's still yip, yip, yapping. So I came out, and I see, I'm like, what's up? Because like, I'm sick of you talking. Like, let's go. I'm like, I'm not a little girl no more. You're not about to keep punking me. You're not about to keep talking to me, shaming me, trying to put me down about myself. And you think that I'm gonna just keep letting it happen? Oh well, like no, I'm not going for that. So she started coming at me. I came at her. Boom, we just start fighting. Now we tussling, whatever. She tried to like get me to the floor, but like I was thick. I was thick since I was 13, so it was like she couldn't get me to the floor. So basically, we like getting up, and my mother came broke it up. By the time she broke it up, I guess she felt the type of way because she didn't get me like how she wanted to get me. Like obviously before she always beat me up because I was a child. Now I'm getting to a teenage age, I'm getting bigger, so she couldn't really just throw me down or like get the best of me so easily. So now after that, she had an attitude. The rest of the night it just went by because like I had ended up coming down. I stayed in my room. I let it go. She ended up like letting it go too, but like she had like an attitude. She kept like looking at me when she see me around whatever the house and whatever, and we didn't speak for like a while. So that was like the last thing that happened. She didn't try nothing after that. And fast forward, she ended up moving out, moving back in with G&T. So she was living at G&T house because they lived in a brownstone, and she like lived upstairs in the brownstone with them. So fast forward, out of nowhere, she started getting like seizures. Like randomly, she's getting seizures. So when I said fast forward, I mean like fast forward 2 or 3 years. So by now I was like 16 or something, and all these years she was living at the brownstone with G&T. So like I said, she started having seizures. When she started having seizures, it was like happening all the time. And she had to get hospitalized. When she got hospitalized, they could not figure out why she was having seizures. She just kept having like seizure after seizure. They admitted her. She was in the hospital for like months, and they never figured out why she had seizures because she did not have epilepsy. So basically, in between this time, she just got really sick and really weak, and my mom was taking care of her, and my mom was spending the night at the hospital with her like every night. I was coming up there to visit her, and the days that I didn't come up there to visit her because I was a teenager and I was like trying to be outside and have fun and stuff, my mom used to get mad at me and be like, "You need to come see your sister." Da, da, da. So I would come over there more or whatever. But I didn't like going, not because I didn't like want to see her, because it made me feel bad to see her like that. Like it would hurt me, like because she was getting like she already was a slim girl, but like when she started getting sick, she got real skinny and she looked at real bad, and it like I'm emotional, so like it really hurt me to see her like that. Like regardless of anything, I always loved her, so it still hurt me to see her looking like that. So basically, now they ended up letting her go because they couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. But she was like still so like weak and frail. So she had to come back and live with us again. But now when she came back to live with us again, we had moved. So now we was living in a 3 bedroom instead of a 4 bedroom. Because I had a bedroom, my brother and my mom. So she had to come share a room with me. So now this is where it starts back up. But by the time she comes share a room with me, I thought she had changed because the times that I was talking to her, Like she was acting normal. I don't know if it's because she was sick or whatever, but she was acting normal. And then also she started going to like the Kingdom Hall. I don't know if y'all know what the Kingdom Hall, like when somebody's a Jehovah Witness. She was a Jehovah Witness. So basically she started studying the Bible. So she asked me if I want to study the Bible with her. I, of course, had no problem with studying the Bible with her. So every Sunday, I used to study the Bible with her for like a whole year. Everything was fine. She used to borrow my clothes. She was going on dates with people. I let her wear my stuff, borrow my shoes, my coats, everything. Mind you, I was a teenager and I had a job, and she was borrowing my stuff. I gave her one of my North Face coats that my mom bought me. I let her have it because I had 3 coats and she had none. Okay, I'm not trying to sound like bragging or nothing, but I'm just saying I was always very, very sharing and giving with her. I was never stingy with her ever, no matter what happened in the past. I always wanted to go forward and build a relationship with her because, like I keep saying, I always loved her and I just wanted her to like me. Like in my head at the time, from childhood to teenager, I always will be thinking, I just want my sister to be cool with me. I just want my sister to like me. So now we sharing the room together for like a year, and then she started going back to work. So basically, it was like, okay, she started going to sleep earlier and stuff like that. So she wanted me to turn out the light earlier. She wanted me to get off the phone earlier because I'll be like talking on the phone at night type stuff, whatever. And she would get mad like, oh, you have to turn off the light by 9 o'clock, by 10 o'clock. Like she was like putting time limits, like, oh, you have to turn the light off, or you have to get off the phone. I don't want to hear you talking on the phone. So this how like the stuff started starting back up between us. So I'm like, you cannot tell me that I have to get off the phone, this and that, the third. Like, I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but I'm like, we have to come to a mutual agreement of time that the light's gonna go off and like that's gonna be quiet. We have to have a discussion and have an agreement about it. You cannot just you set a time and think that that's what it is. Like, no, because I was going to school and I had a job too. So it's like you can't just come in here and think you're gonna run the room and you wasn't even here. Like this was my room by myself. You came here after. Like that's not fair. So basically that's how me and her started getting into it again, whatever the case. Now, this was the straw that broke the camel's back between our relationship. By now, like she was acting funny, but it wasn't like nothing crazy and we wasn't getting into it for real. So this day, me and my mom got into an argument about something. I don't want to say what it was about, but me and my mom was arguing about something. I was like 17. Me and her was going at it, going at it, going at it. I got really, really, really upset and I was like yelling and everything. She was yelling at me and everything. Then my mom closed the door. She went in her room by herself and I was like mad upset. I was like crying, everything, crying down, falling down the wall, everything. And I went in the living room and I was like losing it. Like I was like the teenage hormones was killing me because I was like losing it, crying, going crazy. Like I started snatching stuff off the walls, like I was losing it. Now this is where my sister took advantage of the situation to try to like put something in my mom's head against me. Because my mom, the whole time I'm doing all of that, the whole time I was losing it, my mom was in her room with the door closed. So my mom could probably hear me yelling and like losing it, but she didn't see what I was doing. She could only hear. Because I went all the way in the living room all the way on the other side of the house from my mom's room. So basically, after I get done losing it, oh, the time is, so it's gonna be a part 4. That's probably gonna be the last part. But by the time I get done losing it, I try to go back in the room. When I try to open the door, she locked me out the room. How you gonna lock me out my own room, G? Like, are you serious, bro? Like every time I think about this, it kills me because like, why are you locking me out of my own room? But yeah, like this when it gets to the crazy part. Crashing out about what me and my mom was talking about, and then after I got done crashing out in the living room, I went back to my room, the room that me and her were sharing at the time, to open the door, and she had locked me out of the room. So I'm twisting the door, and I'm like, she really locked me out? Like what? And I'm knocking on the door, like, yo, open the door, like, what's good with you? Like, she's totally ignoring me, like, literally no responses, no responses. I keep banging on the door, banging on the door, banging on the door, no response. So I'm like, what the hell? What the hell are you? Like, for real. So I'm like, how am I gonna get in here? So I'm like, let me go try to open the door, right? So I get to try to open the door with it because I was like trying to pick the lock. And then I'm trying to pick the lock, pick the lock, pick the lock. But this room door, it was not easy to pick the lock. Like the bathroom, the bathrooms in my house, the locks was easy to pick. But those rooms, the rooms was not easy to pick. Well, my room was not easy to pick. So I was like, keep going, and it's not opening. So I'm still trying to tell her open the door. She's completely ignoring me. So now I'm getting angry. I'm like jabbing at the door, like trying to get the door open. So I'm getting frustrated. And I'm like, open the door, open the door, open the door. She's not opening the door. So now I'm like, I'm about to bust this door down. So I take my body and I start boom, banging, thumping against the door, like, I don't know, tweaking out, just crashing out, busting the door, right? So one of the times that I boom, it bust, like it opened. Why when it opened, she on the other side pushing it back on me? So I'm like, yo, you really serious right now, bro? Like, I'm like, what are you doing? She's trying to force it back, like pushing it on me. Like in part 3, I already told you that she's type skinny. So when she's pushing it on me, I used my weight and I pushed it back on her. So she fell. She fell on the floor. The door's open. She fell on the floor. She's like, no, 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 no. Cause she trying to act like I was gonna her. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like what? And she's like doing all that, being mad extra. I'm like, are you cool? Like, what is going on here? And she's like, I'm gonna just go. I'm like, okay. So she walked out the room. She left out the room. She went in my brother's room. So now I'm in the room by myself. I closed the door. I'm laying on the bed. I'm just turning out the light. I'm just like sad, like crashing out, thinking too much about everything going on. So out of nowhere, I just hear her banging on my door. Then my mom's like, open the door, open the door. So I try to open the door didn't open. So now that's when I figured out that the lock had messed up and the lock jammed from me picking at it so much. I messed up the lock, I broke it. And I like messed up the little like the other part that that's in the wall. I messed up all that little trying to like mess with the lock. So I was stuck in the room. So I'm trying to pull it open from the inside. She's trying to push it open from the outside and the door is not opening. So we just both like going back and forth talking through the door. And I'm telling her like, Mom, I'm seriously not like trying to not open the door. Like I'm stuck in here for real. I'm not joking. So then that's when everything just went all the way downhill. Next thing you know, I hear freaking police radios and big boots walking in the house. I'm like, these called the cops on me? No fucking way. I'm like, no way. These did not call the cops on me. So I'm like, what is going on out there? Y'all call the cops? My mom was like, back up from the door, Leah. Back up from the door. Like, I'm like, huh? I'm like, I'm telling you. I'm like, hello, excuse me, police officers. I'm telling y'all, I'm not trying to not open the door. I'm like, I'm not purposely doing this. The door is literally stuck. I'm like, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna put my hands up because I'm not trying to do anything. Like, just open the door and like, I don't know, because why y'all even here? What is going on right now? I was so genuinely freaking confused and baffled. So now I'm sitting there scared because I'm like, yo, they gonna try to act like I was trying to hurt or something. Like, bro, I'm like, this cannot be real life. So, bro, now they come tell me back up. I'm backed up. I'm sitting on my bed like this, scared out of my okay. So they bust the door in and they're like, what is going on? What's going on? So it's two guys and they come and they're like, what's going on? I'm like, I was just upset about something between me and my mom. I'm like, it's not that serious. I'm like, it's over with. Me and her spoke about it. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. We're gonna work it out. But like, I was just upset at the moment. Like, it's over with, bro. They're like, oh, because your sister said that you was her. I'm like, no, I was not. I'm like, I was using that to open the door because she locked me out the room. I'm like, she locked me out the room that we share. And I kept telling her open the door. She was ignoring me. I'm like, I had no idea why she was acting like that. She trying to act like I was going to do something to her. I'm like, she's trying to take advantage of the situation and she's trying to get me into trouble because she don't like me anyway. So now they like, oh yeah, okay. So we just need to talk to you about it. Da da da. I'm like, okay. Now they told me, oh, you need to get dressed because I had on a t-shirt and I had on sweatpants. So I'm like, okay. They're like, oh yeah, you should get dressed. So I just put on a hoodie. Mind you, underneath the hoodie, I had on a t-shirt with no bra and I had on sweatpants with no underwear and I had freaking no socks on and I just put my shoes on quick, thinking that they gonna just talk to me in the hallway or something. They asked me questions, whatever, whatever. They're like, okay, but since we came here, you have to come with us. I'm like, huh? They're like, no, we're not gonna take you to the precinct or nothing. We're gonna take you to the hospital and then you're just gonna need to talk to somebody. I'm like, for what? They're like, oh, because you seem like you really was having some type of issue and maybe you need to talk to somebody. I'm like, I don't need to talk to nobody. The person that I need to talk to is my mother. She's the only person that could solve the problem because it was between me and her. Like either it was gonna be my mom to solve the problem or my dad to solve the problem. It was not an issue for someone else to solve. So I'm like, what? But I'm like, okay. And my mom's like, oh yeah, you have to just go. You have to just go with them. I'm like, excuse me, bro, bro. I'm like, oh my god. So mind you, I just go. So they tell me, okay, boom, take me to the like. This part stressed me out so bad. So sorry. So now I'm at the emergency room. They check my vitals and then they tell me like, okay, go over there, go through that door. So I'm like, okay, I go. I go through the door. Why when I go through the door, I turn around? You cannot go back out, bro. I'm like, yo, what? Like, oh my God. Yo, they like, oh, you better sit down and you better calm down because if you act crazy, then you're not going home. Yo, like, this is crazy. You cannot make this shit up, bro. So I'm in there and the nurse is telling me, like, oh, so what happened? So I'm telling her what happened. She's like, okay, well, you have to talk to the doctor and they have to evaluate you and then you should be out by the morning because by the time this was like late at night. So I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. So like as long as the doctor clears you to go home, then you could go home. But like if it's not, then we're gonna see if you have to get like admitted. I'm looking like a deer in headlights, like what? So then all I know is the nurse phone is ringing in the office. Answer the phone is my oldest sister, the oldest one out of the five, right? She on the phone like, I have my sister in there. Let my sister out. Let my sister out. Let my sister out. And my sister like, oh, they like, oh no, we're not keeping her because, oh my god, time is running out again. I'm gonna have to do five, but so I'm like, can I talk to her? So I get on the phone. I'm like, oh my god, like I don't know what's going on. My sister like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Like I don't know though. She's like, oh, I'm gonna tell them to let you out and then you come to my house, okay? I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. So basically, they told my sister, they're like, no, we cannot let her out right now. She has to talk to the doctor first. Then after she talks to the doctor and the doctor clears her that she's okay, then we can release her and then she could go to the house. So my sister basically like, oh, just calm down and just make sure that you stay calm and tell them what's going on so that you can go home, right? Left off, I was at the hospital in the room with the nurse, and my oldest sister had called me on the phone. And then yeah, so basically we spoke about when I leave out that I'm gonna come to her house. So when I got off the phone with her, they take me in a room and they start telling me that I have to get off any type of strings or laces off my clothes. So I had on a hoodie and sweatpants and sneakers. They made me take the string out of my hoodie, they made me take the string out of my sweatpants, and they unlaced my whole sneakers. Mind you, I went there with no socks on, no underwear, and no bra on. So it's literally I'm just in there like we in there like somewhere. I don't even know. So I'm sitting there. Oh, I forgot they took my phone too. When they took me in the room to take that stuff, they took my phone too. So now I'm just sitting there looking like I'm just sitting there quiet. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just looking around. Some lady looked like a rug addict. She started trying to talk to me. Mind you, she's like a older like lesbian. So she really trying to flirt with me and stuff. And I'm like, mind you, this lady's like 50 and she's literally trying to throat me and she's a rug addict. But I'm just looking at her like she daddy got mad. She was like, oh, you can't speak to nobody. I'm like, I'm just literally just sitting there quiet. The security told her to leave me alone. So I'm like, then another girl comes sit next to me. She asked me, do I have a pad? I said, no, I do not have a pad. Does it look like I have anything? I know I don't have a pad. I'm like, won't you ask the nurse for a pad? She gonna be like, I'm not asking that bitch for nothing. I'm like, okay. Then a homeless man, they had men and women in the same area. A homeless man walked by with no shoes on and his pants hanging off his waist to go in this little pantry area, and he was stealing sandwiches. So this is what I had to go through in the meantime while I was waiting to see the doctor. Then the security, when the people who were sitting next to me ended up moving away from me because there was a whole nother like seating area, but it was like inside the door. I was sitting in the seating area right next to security and right next to the nurse door because I was scared out of my okay. So I'm sitting there. The security like, oh, you're mad beautiful. What are you doing here, bro? I'm like, I don't know what am I doing here. Like my sister done told a lie on me. That's what am I doing here? So he asked me what happened. So I tell him what happened. Mind you, he up here trying to flirt with me. He write his number down on a piece of paper telling me to call him, that he could pay for this and that for me. I'm like, please, please. I don't have time for this. I just want to go home. So I ended up getting called for a doctor after whatever amount of time. The doctor talked to me. He asked me whatever questions that he wanted to ask me, and he told me there's nothing now wrong with you. The situation at hand is just having to do with you having family issues. You and your family can go to therapy and have family therapy, but like there's nothing wrong with you by yourself. So I'm like, thank you. That's what I'm trying to tell you all. So they basically let me out, blah blah blah. By the time they let me out, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. So when I get out, it's still dark outside. I call my sister. She called me a cab. I get to her house. Yeah. So fast forward, I call my mother, tell my mother that I'm at my sister's house. And then basically she was like telling me, oh, this and this and that. Believing when my sister told her that I tried to her. I did not try to my sister. I did not. I did not try to Tiffany. I didn't. She told my mother that I did that, and then my mother's believing her, and I'm like, no, I didn't. So fast forward, I had to end up staying at my sister's house for a little while. So my sister never believed her. My oldest sister of the five never believed her, and the fourth one never believed her either, or the second one never believed her either. Them two, they was on my side. They believed me the whole time. They never changed it. They never. Every time I told them the story, they said, "You sound like you telling the truth. You sound believable." They heard Tiffany's story too. Tiffany told them the same story that she told my mother. My two sisters never believed Tiffany because they know Tiffany is a liar. That's one. And two, Tiffany just don't like me, so she's trying to make me look bad. So basically, I had to live at my sister's house for a little while. Then fast forward. So fast forward. This is like, mind you, this is the year that I was graduating high school. So all this happened, and I'm like trying to get done with my schoolwork and stuff. So my graduation day had came up. The night before my graduation, I had talked to my mom on the phone, and she told me that I could spend the night and that me and her we could go to my graduation together in the morning. So basically, Tiffany wasn't home, and I spent the night. So we got up in the morning. I went to graduation. Everything was fine. I had a good graduation day. And after the graduation was over, I was supposed to go out to eat, but I was going out to eat with my boyfriend at the time. So me and him went out to eat. While I'm out to eat, my mom called me and told me, "Oh, you have to come get your stuff," because basically Tiffany came home and saw my stuff, and she got mad, and they like had an issue, whatever, whatever. And then basically Tiffany trying to like, oh, how you let her come? And she tried to me, and I did not. I never did that. I literally never did that. Like on God, I never did that. So basically, she was like, "Oh, you have to come get your stuff, blah blah blah." So I'm like, I'm trying to enjoy myself today, and you telling me I have to come get my stuff. This is not fair. So now when I come there, I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, you believe in Tiffany, you not believe in me, and now I'm heated. So I told her, I'm like, okay, cool. She ruined my day. Now the next time I see her is up. I don't care what time I see her. I don't care when I see her. I'm knocking her bricks off. I do not care. Period. So basically, I end up mad, like getting my stuff, going back to my older sister house, and then I had already had the plan in my head Whenever the next time I see her, I don't care when it is, I'm going to knock her freaking socks off, okay? So now I'm like, I need that real bad. So anytime that I was trying to plan to go over there, they didn't want to just let me go over there and let her be there because my mom already knew that I told her, I need that. I want that. I gotta have that with her, okay? So basically, like it fast forward comes the day that I go over there. So I go over there, they have my uncle there and my mom there. They was basically trying to make sure like it's people there so that I wouldn't like get at her. But ain't nothing was gonna stop me this time, buddy. So I come there, I go in the room that used to be my room. And I'm getting some stuff, whatever the case is, and I just see her. She's sitting on the couch, eating, kikiing, like laughing, like just having like a ball of a time laughing and like talking in the living room. So I'm like, I'm a joke. She really must think I'm a joke. I'm like, okay, bet. So I'm creeping around, lurking around, trying to get to the living room area, and my uncle's standing there, and my uncle's like, no, don't go in there. Like, if you finish getting whatever you have to get, then it's time to leave. Do you want me to drive you back over to your sister's house? I'm like, no, just wait. Like, I got more stuff to get. Cause I'm like, I'm getting her before I leave here today. That's all I had in my head is I'm getting her before I leave here today, and I do not care. So basically, she ended up finished eating and she's taking her plate to go in the kitchen. So now I'm really sitting there plotting on how I'm looking like. So I'm waiting. She walked past, goes in the kitchen, put her plate in the sink. So as she put her plate in the sink, she laughing still, talking, come towards this way, and she goes to walk past me like she really was about to just walk past me like I'm bro. Snatched, snatched her up, snatched her up, and I ain't let her go. I turned her every which way but loose, and I was tight because I had on. I used to wear really, really long nails. I had on long nails, and I'm like ripping on her. I'm not letting her go. I'm turning her every which way but loose. My mom and my uncle like, get off her, get off her, get off her. They trying to break it up. They pulling me, pulling me. I'm ripping on her so hard, like I'm not letting her go. I'm just swinging, swinging, swinging everything. They like, let her go, let her go, let her go. I was not trying to let her go. All I heard my nails crack, bro. Oh my God. Like, I was like, I didn't even feel it. I just heard the nails cracking because my adrenaline was rushing so badly because I wanted her so bad, bro. But this is the part where, okay, they just got me up off of her because I was turning her every which way but loose. Now, my nail was broke down to the white meat. It was bleeding, like gushing blood, like all on the floor. I'm squeezing my finger, trying to like stop from bleeding. And my mom put me to the hallway and she like was trying to help me stop my hand from bleeding. And she like put band-aids on my fingers and stuff. But she was like really, really mad at me. My uncle was really, really mad at me. They're like, why do you do this? Da, da, da. I'm like, I told y'all she's lying on me and y'all believe in her. I don't know what else to do. So I lost it. And I'm like, she had this coming for a long, long time. No shade. She did. Okay. I mean, well, all shade, all tea. She did had it coming for a long, long time. So basically, after that, I went back to my oldest sister house, the, first of the five. And I stayed over there. But when I came over there, she had asked me what happened and stuff. And then my other sister, the second oldest, she asked me what happened too. So the second oldest, she ended up talking to my mother, telling her like, "You have to stop believing Tiffany. Tiffany is a liar. Tiffany is lying on her. The story doesn't add up. Every time you ask her the story, is a little bit of the details are changing. You have to realize that." So now that my second oldest sister told her that, she started thinking like, maybe Tiffany is not telling the truth. So my mother started asking Tiffany more details and questioning her again. Story kept slightly changing, slightly changing, slightly changing. My story never changed because what happened happened. I wasn't lying. So basically, my mom figured out that Tiffany was lying and ended up apologizing to me and stuff like that. So after she apologized to me, basically we worked that out. And then fast forward, Tiffany moved away to another state, and then from that state she moved to another state, and she's married to like a white man now. So she's married to a white man. She lives in a dry state. But anyway, basically, I have not seen Tiffany since that very day that I turned her every which way but loose. Haven't heard from her. On the day that was her wedding, my mom wanted me to go. I did not go to her wedding. She didn't ask me to go to her wedding either, so there was no basically. And summary, like basically, I'm happy that my two older sisters always believed me and that they were there for me in the situation, because if I didn't have them having my back, I don't know like how bad I could have felt. And then I'm glad that my mother ended up seeing the light and believing me and seeing that Tiffany's a liar and that the whole time she was evil. And it was like, you knew from the beginning because you told me that she used to freaking kick on me and stuff. So you should have known that she was lying. And yeah, so 2026 would be 10 years exactly since the day I laid eyes on Tiffany, and I never want to see her again for the rest of my life. And even if she passes away, God forbid, because I don't want that to happen, but God forbid she passed away, I'm not going to her funeral. And God forbid I pass away, I don't want her to come to my funeral. I just, it's done with. To me, she's evil, and I would never, ever, ever trust her again, because you really tried to like put me in harm's way, and you did not never care about me ever in life. So I would never rekindle with her. I don't care. Every time somebody asks me, "Oh, what do you think about talking to her again?" I say no. Don't play with me. Don't play on my top, because I'm never gonna have nothing to do with her till I'm in a casket or till she's in a casket, and that is that way for life. I don't care. And just to wrap it up, the last thing I wanted to say is when I said the four siblings that I had, those are all my mom's kids. I have three siblings on my dad's side too, just to let y'all know in case I ever tell another story, that y'all would know like I didn't just pull these people out of thin air. I have three siblings on my dad's side, two boys and a girl, but my oldest brother on my dad's side passed away. So rest in peace to him. But yeah, if I ever tell another story and I talk about somebody, I don't want you to be like, you say you have five siblings. I have three more siblings, but they're my dad's side siblings. The siblings that I talked about in this story was all from my mom. So yeah, thank y'all for listening, trauma bonding with me, trauma dumping with me, being my free therapist.
All right, and that's a shame, man. That's a shame. You know, somebody you grew up with, your older sister, coming up on a decade. It's been 10 years and you haven't spoken to your sister. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I wish, hopefully, these women can reconcile as they get older. Y'all sisters, you know, like I got my grandma is 97 and her daughter who's 60 something, right, still has animosity towards her mother. Um, Years later, bro, like your mom is 97 years old, you're 60 something years old. This happened when you were 20 something years old. I'm not saying y'all should be the best of friends, but you know, come on, man. At the end of the day, it's family. But we just heard this young lady say shit. She ain't going to her funeral, and she ain't going to her funeral. So that's a shame, man. That's really a shame. You know what I'm saying? But I wish nothing but the best for these two sisters. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully they can reconcile as they get older. It's been 10 years, you know. Even though I understand, but come on, it's been 10 years, and that's your blood sister, right? But y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Some of y'all might be like, man, ah, fuck that. You mean y'all might be like her, like shit, nigga. I don't want to see my sister either. She done did all that shit to me, and I get it, but you know, I don't know, you know, hopefully they can reconcile, right? I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button on your way out, and make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me. It's your boy Ray, Big Play.